Welcome back to today's explainer, Focused Learners. If you've been following the tech news over the last 24 hours, you know it feels exactly like drinking from a fire hose. Between massive AI investments, bizarre hardware recalls, and literal space infrastructure, it's a lot. The sheer volume of information is completely overwhelming. But well, that's exactly why we're here. Today, we're taking that chaotic barrage of headlines and organizing it into a clear, digestible picture of the tech industry right now. We're going to cut through the noise and find the signal.
Okay, let's dive right in. And we're starting with a headline that is just mind-boggling. It perfectly captures the sheer scale of tech ambition today. There are active reports that Google and SpaceX are in talks to put data centers into orbit. Just let that sink in for a second. We've literally reached a point where the terrestrial limitations of planet Earth aren't enough for the biggest tech giants anymore. This isn't some sci-fi movie. This is today's actual news cycle.
So, to make sense of all this chaos, here's our agenda. 1. AI rivalries and innovations. 2. Pushing physical boundaries. 3. Following the venture money. And 4. Security flaws and recalls.
Section 1. AI rivalries and innovations, the boardroom chess moves.
We're seeing some wildly different perspectives surrounding one of the most powerful AI companies on the planet right now. On one hand, Elon Musk reportedly mulled handing his stake in OpenAI over to his children. That's a move that signals a distinctly long-term, almost dynastic view of AI's future value. But on the other hand, we have Sam Altman's recent testimony, which represents the immediate nitty-gritty regulatory and operational realities of running the company today. So we're really looking at two vastly different timelines of business strategy, and they're playing out simultaneously at the absolute highest levels of the tech world.
Meanwhile, Google is aggressively pushing AI directly into our hands. Just look at the features they announced at their latest Android show. They are actually rolling out a feature specifically designed to stop doom scrolling. It's basically an AI intervention for our digital habits. We're also seeing the introduction of what they're calling agentic AI, which gives systems a lot more autonomy, alongside personalized vibe-coded widgets. And perhaps most disruptive if you're a startup in the voice space, Google is integrating Gemini-powered dictation right into Gboard. They aren't just building massive language models behind the scenes anymore. They are hardwiring them into the operating system of our daily lives.
In this arms race, it isn't just happening in general consumer AI. Competitors like Anthropic are aggressively pivoting into highly specialized, incredibly lucrative sectors, like the booming AI legal services industry. This shows a real maturation in the market. Companies are moving way beyond just proving their AI can hold a chatty conversation. They now have to prove it can handle the dense, high-stakes complexities of corporate law.
Section 2. Pushing physical boundaries. When digital hits reality.
Circling back to that wild hook from our introduction, the energy and cooling demands of modern AI are just immense. They're so huge that traditional infrastructure is completely bottlenecking progress. And that's exactly why Google is negotiating with SpaceX to literally launch data infrastructure into orbit. The physical footprint of the internet is actually expanding upward, simply because we're running out of efficient space and power on the ground. Crazy, right?
And the relentless speed of this physical expansion is happening in real time. Just look at today's timeline. 4 hours ago, Exaforce raised massive funding to build AI that stops cyber attacks instantly. 2 hours ago, reports dropped about a company deploying physical trucks with AI to autonomously fix city potholes. They're literally repairing the asphalt we drive on. And just an hour ago, Amazon announced 30-minute delivery across the US. From digital defense to concrete repair to logistics speed, technology is aggressively optimizing our physical world.
Section 3. Following the venture money, fueling the next wave. $450 million. That's the amount Kevin Hartz's A-star firm just closed for its third fund. Despite all the chatter about economic headwinds in certain sectors, this proves one thing. Massive checks are absolutely still being written for the right players. Capital is still highly concentrated, and it is ready to deploy.
But the real story here is the sheer whiplash of this current market. We are seeing astronomical valuations. You've got the defense tech company Helsing raising funds at an $18 billion valuation. Kalshi doubling its valuation in just 5 months to hit $22 billion. And NVIDIA, they've already committed $40 billion to equity AI deals this year alone. Yet, at the exact same time, other sectors are facing brutal realities. Fintech startup Parka just officially filed for bankruptcy. It's truly a market of extreme haves and have-nots.
And the frenzy for the haves is so intense that Anthropic recently had to publicly issue warnings to investors. They're trying to stop people from using unregulated secondary platforms offering unauthorized access to their shares. When a private company's shares become this wildly sought after, managing the financial ecosystem becomes just as much of a headache as managing the technology itself.
Section 4. Security Flaws and Recalls. The Growing Pains. Now, today's reported hacks provide a pretty sobering reality check, because this isn't just about stolen passwords anymore. It's about critical infrastructure. Instructure, a major education platform, ended up striking deals with hackers after being breached not once, but twice. A major US bank disclosed a security lapse where highly sensitive customer data was shared with an AI app. And most alarmingly, physical infrastructure is at risk. Poland just reported that hackers breached their actual water treatment plants, which, by the way, is a threat the US is dealing with right now too.
Naturally, the major platforms are scrambling to patch these holes as fast as humanly possible. Google just rolled out brand new security features specifically for Android users to uncover and block sophisticated spyware attacks. It's this constant, high-stakes game of whack-a-mole between developers and bad actors, and it's happening right in our pockets.
But we have to remember, it's not just software vulnerabilities. Physical hardware is stumbling too. Take the logistical nightmare Waymo is dealing with. They just had to issue a recall for their self-driving cars to deal with literal flooding issues. When cutting-edge autonomous technology meets the unpredictable elements of the real world, like heavy rain or just really poor drainage, the result is a very expensive, very physical recall.
So, what does this all mean? As tech literally pushes data centers into our orbit, reshapes our wallets with billion-dollar valuations, and autonomously fixes the asphalt in our cities, we really have to ask ourselves, can our security measures and physical infrastructure ever truly keep pace with the billions of dollars funding this chaos? It's a balancing act that will absolutely define the next decade of innovation. Thanks so much for joining me for today's Explainer, and be sure to subscribe for more AI secrets.